Yes, I have known the truth now. It is the truth that I've known.
Yes,
And
that you are
yeah, I'm not part of the family.
okay.
And it was not something that was enjoyable. It's something that completely destroys your image or your identity. You don't know where to cling
Where to
because
start.
you have to start because the only person now you know is your mother. And it's like it never took time. My aunt, my aunt now went back to the up country.
How are you going to relate to the man that used to give stories?
Now it's like my feelings, they are shattered, torn apart. It's like they're now in pieces. How can they come together? It's very hard, very hard. And it's like after now my aunt going, I was now left with the feeling, the state of now knowing the truth, and the connection of the past, that these biscuits are being brought in, and it's like you can't get it. It's like that lion in the cage.
And you are able now to see those apples and realize
Exactly.
this is why he was not giving the apples.
This is the reason. And it's like, it was not something enjoyable. It's something that's really shattered me.
Yes.
Because it was not the right time for me to get such a thing. It was
Okay.
the shock of the year. It was the shock of the years of my life. And I think until,
Did you know what she exactly meant when she says you're not part of this family? You wondered what family do you belong to?
you know, I understood because of the way now at the end of it, she told me that the man that you're seeing is not your father.
Okay.
You know, she was not openly to me. She was not open. There's nothing she hid. And then I think after now she went, and it's like I was not like depressed. It's like clocked from
Oh,
within.
yeah.
And you remember the other time I was expressing in every place that I found myself,
Yes.
I continue becoming weaker and weaker due to the situations and the
Yes.
circumstances and how things, how
There's nothing to hold on.
there's nothing to hold on. It's my life is completely shattered. And it's like my mom realized that I was expressing myself in an
Very
awkward
negative,
manner,
yes.
in an awkward manner. And it's like I was uncomfortable at the same time, completely uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable
In
with the situation.
Especially when the man is around.
And the man is around. I used now like, let me expound it further. After now my mom seeing these things happening, because it's like when he used to come in the house after the work, I used now to escape. Now it's like going to the kitchen where my mom is.
Okay.
I used now to find myself like I can't really talk. I can't really express myself well when I'm around the man.
Yes, yes.
It's like I knew something that really locked me completely. That is one of the things that really made me like to become more weaker. And my mom now, there's a time, because of now realizing how the son is behaving, there's a time now she took me and she sat with me in the kitchen, because in the kitchen we used to have a bed there. And we sat at that bed, and now she started expressing herself to me. Even before she started talking, I could see tears. My mom was now crying. I could see tears. My mom is crying, and I was asking myself, why is she in the state? Why is she crying?
And she could not understand why you're crying. You could not understand why.
I could not understand. But the moment she started telling me some of the things, it started opening myself.
Yes.
Or opening my eyes to be able to see, oh, this is the reason. And she opened her heart to be able to explain to me or expound further the reason as why she left me in the up country,
Okay.
and the reason as why she used to come and take me from my grandfather, take me back to my grandmother.
Then the same place.
The same place, back in Nairobi, again being packed and like shipped back to the up country. It's like she was
And I
telling
think that
me,
is a question that was in your mind.
yes, exactly.
Why, mom? Why leave me?
Why leave me?
Why not come and just be with me?
Exactly. And it reached to a point whereby I was now like almost committing suicide. That is one of the things that was
That is why you
almost-
wanted to kill yourself.
Exactly.
Because you
because
don't
of the
understand.
whys.
Why?
Why? I wanted to commit suicide. It was a serious thing. And so I had to come with choices. But now my mom is explaining something. My mom is expounding and expressing her heart. And she told me, my son, it was because of the circumstances and some of the things that used to happen around my life. And she took me back and she asked me, do you remember the time when I shipped you back to the up country? And it's like you ask, it's like, I know you're in the state of asking yourself, why are we in this rush?
Yes.
And it's like, because she was now packing, and it's like, I'm seeing her packing. And it's like,
The time you are in
in
Dandora.
Dandora,
Yes.
that time when she was now pregnant at the same time. And she told me I was in a helpless condition. I was first in painful condition at the same time.
Yes, the health was...
The health-wise, I was completely in a critical condition. I was sick. And then there was other stress adding up because I asked your father to be able to keep you here, maybe to study in Nairobi together with other children. He just wanted me to be able to study with other children. That is exactly what my mom wanted, and that is the desire of every mother.
Yeah, yes.
That the children to be closer to them. It's exactly that is the desire of every child, every mother. And my mom told me I desired my son
For
to
you
be
to
closer.
stay to me.
To be closer. The more she was telling me about being closer that way, I could see more tears.
Yes.
It's like that thing pains her even at the moment she was talking to me.
It was very painful.
It was very painful. She could not handle it. And I'm seeing my mom crying. And it's like, so at the same time, there was something that was being created in the air. The bond that I could not explain. I could feel I'm being
it's
united.
Like now she's answering the questions.
The questions of why, and it's like God had appointed time for me to be able to answer those, to get those kind of answers. It's like God had that, and that is maybe the reason as why God held my life together. To be able to come and hear that truth at that point.
Yes.
And so this time around, she's explaining everything, and my father wanted us to go together in the up country because she have never gone there, she have never lived there. It is like a new place to her. And it's like now my father said you have to go there so that you can give birth there.
Up country.
At the up country, to give birth there because of these traditions that I don't know. And my mom was explaining because of the traditions. I don't know today, I can't explain. And my mom had to go there, but she came up, she's like, was now thinking
what to do.
Because we have never gone there. I have never, herself, she have never been there. Now it's like taking a new child in the same place where he was not born, and it's like how will people start? It can't work. And so now she thought of a safer place to take me, and that is the moment she's shipping me back to my grandfather.
So to her, that was the softest.
That was the softest place.
The most secure.
The most secure place for me.
Okay.
And that is the moment I realized the love.
And it's like now your mind is now saying, remembering,
yes.
okay.
This
my
is
mom never deserted me.
Oh yes.
Okay.
That is the moment I came to realize the love that was within my mother.
Yes.
The love that was hidden within that lady.
And situations that could not allow you to understand, how to explain.
Exactly.
Okay.
I love you, Mom. And may God really keep you and be strong. We are together. It's like I could.
So she was able to tell you even
yeah.
Did she tell you what she experienced when she went there?
She told me everything. She told me everything that some of them I can't even speak at this point because it's a long story. It's a long story. But at that point is when now I also started academic journey. I think the term 2 came in.
Okay.
And it's the beginning of now my academic journey. I thank God for that.
Far from home.
Far from home.
Okay.
Far from this environment.
I remember the other time you were in class 4?
Exactly.
Okay.
I was in standard 4. But when I was taken to the new school, it's like they did an interview.
Okay.
During an interview,
they wanted to know whether you can
how I can
handle which class,
my progress. They wanted to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
What have you been doing?
Only to come to realize after the interview.
The copying machine is
Oh
going
my
to be
goodness.
exposed.
I even, the moment I did the interview, after not being at the interview, they came to realize this boy is getting nothing.
Nothing.
Can't even write 1 to 100.
1 to 100.
Can't even spell the alphabets.
Can you count the alphabet? A to Z?
I could not. They found this boy has nothing in this head. But the boy is too big. You could look at my body and maybe, but by the way, when I went there, I was shocked to look out, see the way the children, how those children are too tiny. It's
Too
like
tiny, too small.
too small compared to me. It's like
They
I was
don't know
too
your masculine have been milking
gigantic
cows
and,
and doing all kind of
I
things.
never knew about that. I'm finding myself in a very new experience, in a
You're
very
the tallest
strange,
boy.
I'm very strange at the same time tall. Tall than that class. I'm supposed to be in study 6 there. I'm going forward. But this boy,
Class 4.
Class 4.
Can't read.
Can't read. And,
Can't write.
yeah. But I know at this moment is when you come to know who is a teacher.
Yes.
At this moment you come to realize teaching is not just teaching.
A profession. Teaching is not a profession.
It's
more
a
than
calling.
that.
It's a calling.
It's a calling.
It's a calling. And
That's
it has to
calling.
be that. It has to be a calling. And when teachers are teaching, it's like when you are teaching as a teacher, you really have to be like a parent to those students that you're teaching there. Make them try to be closer until they are able also to express some of their parts. Part maybe the life, the experience, they're able to express it out because you're showing something more than teaching. Or you're showing something more than the heart. That is what matters. That is a teacher. And this is the moment again, my life, the rejection in the past follows me. I wish there was a teacher who could see a potential and an energy within my life.
And also the pain.
And the pain. How could I start expressing myself?
Impossible.
I could not because of the way now they handle the situation. There's a time, I remember,
Okay.
we were now doing, it was an English lesson, because at this time my mom had already told the teachers just to put me in standard 4, because I've repeated other class. Just to put me in the same class, in standard 4, just to repeat that class. Because it's like, she will now look at the solution later. Now I'm in same class, now there's a time now we are doing English lesson.
Okay, English class.
English lesson. At that time I remember we were reading a passage. We were reading one of the story in the English book.
And everyone who could read, or you're reading all of us?
All of us. It's like we were starting from the first show, going in. It's like everybody will read the passage.
Everybody reads.
Yeah, everybody reads the passage. So per person you will only read one passage. Per person only one passage, and that is what they used to do. It reached to my point.
Okay.
It reached my point whereby now I'm supposed now to be able to
read. Stand up and read.
And the teacher told me, Joel, stand up and read. Joel, it's your turn. Stand up and read. And I stood up. But in my heart I was like, you know who I am. I don't know how to read. you know I can't even count 1 to 100. Even I can't even spell A to Z. Why embarrass me? Why shut me in front of these people? Why shut my future? Why shut my hope? That little hope that I had, that I'm in school. I'm in school.
It's a new school.
It's a new school and it's strange everywhere. It's so funny. And the teacher told me to read.
Okay. I'm
looking at the passage and it's like I know nothing. I know nothing. I know nothing in that passage. I'm looking at that passage and it's like, the only word I knew, the one that I wrote previously. And even this was awkward. This was strange and so funny at the same time. I said, and it's like everybody was anticipating for the next thing. It's like everybody have stagnated at the same time. They're stagnated. And it's like I was really, it's like, stopping them at the same time, stopping them, and they're anticipating for the next thing.
Read.
And I could not read. And that moment, my decks,
Just a minute.
at the same time, the teacher is shouting, Joel, read the book.
Right.
Don't you know how to read?
Right.
And she knows, I don't know how to read. She knows that I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
And the one that was sitting next to me told me, or saying, you're a big boy. You're a big boy, but you don't know how to read. You know, a big boy with an empty head. That is what he said.
He's the one who said that.
A big boy with an empty head. And that thing, like, spreading in the entire class. And everybody was
Became
like...
viral.
Yes, exactly. Everybody now starts saying the same word. Until the teacher heard that. And like, the teacher was smiling instead of helping me out. Laughing instead of helping me out.
Big boy with an empty head.
Exactly. And the only language that was in me was the Luo. Now became now more worse and
Oh my
irrelevant.
goodness.
Because in this place they are only talking Swahili
Yes.
and English.
Wow. Wow.
Where
How do you communicate?
How do I communicate?
How do you start?
Where do I start? Because in my world there's nothing like English.
It was only the rule, mother tongue.
Luo and a little bit of Swahili, but I was mixing them in. And I became irrelevant and Bari at the same time.
Oh my goodness.
Then the teacher shouted, Joel, after after the bell, after the class,
Follow me.
follow me at the staff room. And I was like, I was afraid. What is she going to do to me? Is she going to cane me? Or to beat me up in the staff room? What is she after? It's like I was afraid. Fear increased within my heart.
Yes.
Instead of hope and the brightness in the future.
Oh my goodness.
It's like fear developed again. It's the more I'm moving on with my life in
The
new
more
levels,
fear.
the more fear grows stronger, and it's like I'm overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed by fear.
Okay.
The more I'm becoming shy and shy and timid at the same time.
Wow. Wow.
Nobody could bring out that courage out of me. Nobody. Nobody said good words to me. A teacher who is supposed to tell you you can do it. A teacher who is supposed to tell you you are going to make it. You are capable of doing something great.
Yeah.
There was nobody to tell me that. Nobody. And so squeezed.
Everything's crashing.
It's like my world is so now small. I cannot move. Now, after the bell rang, she came out of the house. She came out of the staff room, of the class, and I followed her. Following her, I went in the staff room, and I found her sitting in the staff room with one of the teachers, or some of the teachers there. And it's like she told me something that made my world to become more thinner.
In front of them.
In front of the teachers. She told me, you're a big boy, but you don't know how to read. Big boy, big-headed boy, but you don't know how to read. She was echoing the same words the students were echoing.
The students said.
The students said.
Oh my goodness.
And she shouted, village boy, come out of my sight. It's like, come out of my sight. Exactly. And that is it.